Hello and welcome back to the podcast. As always, my name is Mike and I am the host of the show. Today we will continue into day 31 of our challenge to read through the entire Bible in a year, and we'll be looking at Leviticus chapters 7 through chapter 9. If you made it through yesterday, you did the hard part. Today is where things start to come together. We're not adding new sacrifices, we're seeing how they actually lived out and what happened when God's people obey carefully and faithfully. So let's walk through it. Here's the sentence that'll keep us grounded today. Leviticus 7 through 9 shows us what obedient worship looks like when it's finally put into practice. No more instructions on paper, no more theory. Now it's real life. One of the things I learned when I went back to college is how much that you're taught is really all theory and not a lot of practical knowledge that's been proven to actually work, but it's just theories and debates and people coming up with ideas and what they think will work. Well, as you know, as working class Christians, that's not always the best approach. When corporate comes in with a new philosophy, then they put it into practice, you find out it doesn't work. And often it goes back to the old way or another proven way that has been functional in the past. And God's word is no different. These aren't just biblical theories. These are biblical principles that work every day in your life. If you put them into practice, you'll see the evidence. You'll see the results of the work that you've done. So Leviticus 7, worship has boundaries. Chapter 7 revisits the offerings, but now the emphasis on responsibility and restraint. God sets limits. He draws lines, not to restrict joy, but to protect holiness. Leviticus 7:18 says, "It shall not be accepted, neither shall it be imputed unto him that offereth it." This matters because God cares how worship is done. Sincerity alone isn't enough. Intentions don't override obedience. That's countercultural, but it protects people from turning worship into something casual or careless. Leviticus 8, set-apart leadership, describes the consecration of Aaron and his sons. This is slow, public, and intentional. Leviticus 8:33 says, "Ye shall not go out of the door of the tabernacle until the days of your consecration be at an end." This matters because God doesn't rush preparation. That applies to anyone entrusted with responsibility on the job, at home, or in church. Leviticus 9, obedience meets God's presence. This is the payoff. The priests do exactly what God commanded, nothing flashy, nothing improvised, and then God responds. Leviticus 9:23 and 24 tells us, "And the glory of the Lord appeared unto all the people, and there came a fire out from before the Lord, and all the people saw, they shouted and fell on their faces." This matters because God responds to obedient worship, not the hype, not shortcuts, and not performance. Faithfulness invites God's presence. The thread that holds all of day 31 together is Leviticus 7, worship has boundaries. Leviticus 8, leaders are prepared carefully. And Leviticus 9, God responds to obedience with presence. That's the flow that holds it all together. The message is simple and steady. When God's instructions are followed carefully, His presence is made clear. Our practical application for today is, at work, doing things the right way still matters even when shortcuts are easier. And at home, preparation takes time, responsibility isn't rushed. And in our faith, God's presence isn't manufactured, it's welcomed through faithfulness. This kind of obedience isn't flashy, but it's powerful. If you're still in the daily Bible reading challenge, well done. Tomorrow we'll start with the first day of February. You're past the most confusing stretch. So let me know, what stood out today? Where did things start to click? If you have any comments, please leave them below or email me at the email that I'll have in the description. I'd love to hear what you have to say or anything that you've learned. Make sure to like and subscribe to the podcast, share it with your friends, and leave comments below. And remember, stay in the Word, stay faithful, and small obedience done daily builds a strong faith over time. I'll see you tomorrow.